Hey guys, this is Little Pug Games, and today we're doing something different. We're going to learn about event-based systems in Unity and how to use them. And the example we're going to learn about today is how to keep track of the player's health. So, in a lot of games, what people end up doing is they'll basically implement a poll-based system. So on every update, they'll check how much health the player has. So today we're going to learn about an event-based system. And so we're going to code it up, and we're going to make it so that every time the player loses health, our UI will take notice of that. And we'll do that in two simple scripts using a player script, which we'll attach to our ugly ass player right here, and to the player stat HUD, which is up here. So without further ado, let's get started. All right. So we're gonna head off to Visual Studio, and so right here we have our script, player script. So we're gonna create the code to actually get the player to lose some health. So we're going to start off with a public integer, which will be the max health value. And then we'll also have a private int that will tell us the current health. We'll have a start method, and the only thing we'll do in the start method will be to set the current health equal to the max health. And we'll also have an update method. And in the update, we'll just say if input. So if we press the K button, get key down, then we want to damage the player. And we'll do that with the key code K. And so we'll just say take damage, and we'll say the player will take 8 damage every time we click K. And so down below, we'll just create a function called take damage. And it'll have an integer as a parameter, amount of damage. And so here we'll say current damage, or current health, is now equal to mathf.max, and we'll say current health minus amount of damage, or 0. So we want our health to show up as 0, the maximum. We don't want our health to go below 0. And down below we'll just say if current health is less than or equal to 0, then we want to destroy the game object. Or yeah, let's just destroy the game object. Destroy game object. Alright, so we have this so that the player will take damage. So if we go back to Unity, we'll start it up. And if we, oh, there you go, he died. Alright, so that's what we want to do. The only thing we did wrong was forget to add health. So we'll give him 100. No, we'll give him 40 health. We'll give him 40 health. Alright, you guys, so now this is the interesting part. We're going to learn about the events and how to implement them in Unity. So we want to create a delegate, and a delegate is a reference to methods of a particular signature. So in this case, it's a health handler with 2 integers. So public void delegate, and we'll name it health change handler, and it'll take, whoops, it'll take an integer, and we'll say max health, and an integer with the current health. Current health. And so in our class, we'll create a public event. So this is an event that we're gonna call whenever our health changes, and we'll say it's a health change handler event. We'll call it health change event. Health change event. We'll say we'll create a private method on health change, and the thing we want to do is call the event. So we're going to say health change event, and we're just going to call it. We're going to say max health and then the current health. Oh, well, the one thing we need to check is if health change event is equal to null, does not equal null, then we can run this code. So this check just basically checks if we have any subscribers to the event. And our subscriber in this case will be the UI telling us how much health the character has. So the other thing we'll add is a public void add health subscriber, and this will be a subscriber of a health change handler type. And health handler. And we'll say, we'll basically add this subscriber to the event. Oh, there you go. So there you go. All right. So we're done with these. And one more thing we have to do is actually call the health change here. So we'll say on health change. And the next thing we want to do is set up the player stat HUD. So we're going to go up here to the player HUD. We're going to add this here, player stat HUD, and we'll go back into Visual Studio to code it up. So first things first is we need a text element, so public, and we actually need to add the library .ui public text and health text, and start. And let's go back for 1 second. So this player, big devil player, we're gonna do one thing, and we're gonna tag him with player. And we want to do this because it's easier to find. What we're going to do is basically find the player script through that tag name. So we're going to say player is equal to GameObject dot find by tag or with tag, and we know that the tag is player dot get component, and the player script is what we want to find. And let's put this on the side right here. So we created this public delegate called health change handler, and this delegate has two parameters, max health and current health. So the one thing we want to do is create a method here that is of the same type. So private void, and we're going to call this handle health change int max health, and as a delegate said, it's also going to have current health, and that will take care of the delegate. And what we want to do is change the text of this health text. We're going to say health text.text is now equal to, we'll say player health, three spaces, and then we'll say current health divided by, and then max health. And so, oh, something's wrong. Oh, found it. Alright, so now we want to subscribe to this player's event, so this health change event. And we're going to do that by calling this add health subscriber. So back in player stat HUD, we'll say player.add health subscriber, and we're going to give it this function here, or method. And what this does is whenever the health changes, this player will call the event, and then it will end up calling this function here and changing the health stats on our Unity game. So let's delete these really quick. We're going to go back to Unity. Alright, we're going to make sure our player HUD has this script. We're going to add the health text here. And we're going to see if this works, you guys. So when we click K, there you go. Alright, so I set his health to 40. So every time I click it, you can see that the event gets called and then he dies. So let's go back to big player and let's change his health value to 100. Or let's do 200. I mean, it doesn't matter. I guess 100 is fine. But if we do it again, we can see that the event takes care of it all. And we'll click K again, and he dies. Awesome. So yeah, that does it for this episode. And today we learned about events in Unity and how to implement them. So I hope you guys learned something interesting in this episode, something cool. I appreciate you guys watching, and yeah, you guys have a great day. See you guys next time.